My name is Nicole and I am previous Mrs. South Africa 2018. I am a current Survivor Season 7 castaway. I am a mom of 2 and I am CEO of a luxury magazine called Luxuria Lifestyle South Africa, and also an avid mountain climber. Becoming a mother was the most defining point in my life because I suddenly existed for a reason other than myself, and it was never enough until they came along. When there's something wrong with your kids and you can't fix them, it makes you reevaluate life on a whole new level. And suddenly all those things that I thought were hard and terrifying were not so difficult and not so fearful anymore. She needs to see a fierce female fighting for her dreams and loving herself so that she one day will fight. She'll love herself. I found some of my most soul-defining journeys were in the mountains. I don't know what it is about the mountains. I think it's the fact that you are isolated, you're not distracted, you are challenging yourself on a whole new level, but you're also experiencing the healing beauty of nature and the outdoors. And at the end of it, you get to climb somewhere and overcome something. And when you come back down, you can actually look up into the distance and say, I was there. And you bring that gift back with you of, okay, what else can I do? If I could do that yesterday, what could I do today? And what can I do tomorrow? So I wanted to package that for people and enable them to have the same experience, because it is a transformational journey, trekking and climbing. You really learn your place in nature, that Mother Nature is the ultimate mother. You can only take maybe a tenth of a breath every time you breathe, and you're walking into the face of the snow, collapsing every 5 feet. And every time you stand up, there's less energy and less desire, and your body is broken inside.
Strong lady. This is strong lady.
He's looking after me, he's got my back.
Mrs. South Africa is Nicole Kappa.
Perks to being a beauty queen is you get invited to amazing events, like running up to the top of Rhino Peak. Disadvantage, you're running with about 23 extreme trail athletes. That's thunder. Welcome to the pub. It's hailing. Ow. Shit, ow. Hey, when it's hailing hard, you crouch down on the ground like a turtle in the hail. Oh shit! Mother Nature is the ultimate mother. She will always win. You just gotta outlast her. Like that. Woo. Now it's pretty. Woo! This is the summit.
I entered Survivor for the same 2 reasons, my qualifying criteria for doing anything, taking on any new challenges, because number 1, it's deep down something that I've always wanted to do, and number 2, it must literally scare the living daylights out of me. And Survivor checked both of those boxes. It's definitely outside of my comfort zone, but part of me wanted to be in that isolated wilderness experience to truly survive. And I must say my takeaway was that it is as real as you think it is. You're hungrier and tireder and colder than you could possibly imagine. And you learn just how much capacity you do have. I get asked a lot, as a mom, how do you cope juggling all these balls? And I find that a very interesting question, because it puts a mom into that box of guilt, that she now needs to feel extra responsibility because she's a mom for any additional tasks or challenges she takes on. Yes, it's absolutely challenging to find that balance, but I do believe we're completely capable of it. And especially when you bring into it that children need quality time, not quantity time, because as a child, my dad wasn't always there. I got very little time with him. But those snippets, he made them count. My biggest piece of advice for the women of South Africa is actually a gift I got through my son. My boy is turning 8, and He's been battling with self-confidence at school because he makes mistakes so often in reading, in writing, in comprehension, and he's learning, and the pressure in school is immense. So for homework now, we have a stuff-up sheet. And his stuff-up sheet is where he gets to write it wrong as many times as he likes. And every time he writes it wrong, he gets like a sweet or a high five, and we celebrate him stuffing up, and we are literally rolling in laughter by the end of it. The sooner, especially women, can learn in life to let go of reputation and ego and what people think about you and perceptions, and just stuff up a little bit more, the more you're going to learn, the more wisdom and perspective you're going to have, and ultimately the more effective you'll be. So I am one of the world's biggest stuff-ups. In many ways, I am the earliest divorced Mrs. South Africa that you'll meet. I have failed and almost died and failed again. But in that, I have found strength to get up, try again, and maybe be a little bit more relatable to people.
Surviving is making the most out of every single second. And so with every breath I have, I will be courageous, step outside my comfort zone, and truly experience life.
Hi guys! Aren't they amazing? Like, this is woman goals right here. Okay, so I'm a recovering beauty queen. It's a thing. I think the point here is about you. And I hope that along the way you identify with some things that stir something within you to get a little bit braver and a little bit bolder in terms of you and your personal brand. Fear is probably the most destructive and useless emotion if it is handled poorly. You need to choose your tribe and find the people that really matter, that you respect, mentors, and the people that are aligned with you and your vision, and that's the opinion that matters. Everything else is in that word. I don't believe in the phrase fearless. It's healthy to have fears. I get scared every time I talk, every time I have a hard discussion with my kids. Those are healthy fears because they keep you on a straight and narrow, and you're able to logically analyze your fear. How much of it is valid? How do we calculate a situation, and how do you proceed? And for some people, their business is not enough of a priority to place it over their fear. Don't get so precious with your reputation. It really doesn't matter that much. Stay true to your message. Your truth will always speak louder than anything else. A lot of people fall into the trap of posting a pretty picture on Instagram and having this beautiful, pretty feed. What are you actually doing that's aligning with your personal brand and who you are and what you stand for? So what events are you attending? What things are you saying and talking about? What are you wearing? How do you engage in conversation? What relationships are you building? And it doesn't feel like that stuff matters, but it's all part of your personal brand. And you have to be consistent, and it has to be congruent. Focus. Without it, you will never achieve anything. There is too much, especially for women. Guys, there's chaos. There are a million things to do in your day, a million balls to juggle. You have to focus very deliberately on what you want. Focusing on you and your brand is selfish. But you can never achieve anything great without knowing who you are first. If you know who you are, you're able to inspire other people to discover themselves and their full potential. And sometimes we are so unaware and blind to our own skills, our own abilities, our own passions, because we're so busy trying to focus on what we think everybody else wants us to be. Don't try and be a poster child for anything. Be you. Everything you. When you're doing a vlog and a video, you talk like you would talk to your best friend. This will be my biggest, bravest climb. I will keep going until I've got nothing left.
100 deep when I roll like the army. Get more bottles, these bottles are lonely. It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on me. Your grandma will probably know me. Get more bottles, these bottles are lonely. It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow.
Okay, high five. Claim it. How did I miss this much in a day?
You gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'm ready. Knowing all of your heart, you can't shake me. There's no place
Well done, Nicole.
Hey, you know what? Maybe failure is not fatal. Maybe I can just get up one more time. And maybe live my best life after that.